Ruby and Ruth, a love story. Ruby was born on April 1st, 2022. Ruth first picked up Ruby, or Ruby first picked up Ruth, whichever, on May 18th of the year. Basically, it was love at first sight. Ruby is a loving and an affectionate dog. She is very patient. She will wait for minutes, 5 minutes or more, for the whistle to sound before she will eat the food sitting in front of her. Ruby has an iron belly. Much to our chagrin, from counter surfing, she has successfully eaten grapes, onions, and drunk coffee, all with no ill effects, along with whatever she has picked up along the lake. Ruby has a great sense of smell. Her favorite sport is find the kibble, or find it, in which we let her smell something and then hide it somewhere in the house. Once she finds it, she is rewarded. She also loves running games and running beside a bike. She can run for about 5.4 kilometers each morning with me riding the bike. She now knows how to respond to various commands, such as sit, down, stand, and wait. She also understands the commands right, left, forward, and slow when running beside me as I bicycle. As for Ruby, come, that's not quite as good, and it depends on who is making the command. If it is my wife, she comes immediately. If it's me, she seems to take her own free time to arrive. We are very happy at that date to have welcomed Ruby into our family of 5 people and 1 cat. The cat tolerates Ruby, and Ruby is interested in the cat but does not bother her. Through our family, she has met a variety of people. My wife and my daughter Ruth, who love her completely. My son, Johann, who loves the cat, but not so much Ruby. And my son, Leon, who does not like animals at all. Through interacting with our family, she has learned how to sense different people. So in this next video, I want to talk a little bit about her daily life and show you the daily life of Ruby. When Ruby gets up in the morning, the first thing she wants is a cuddle time. So once her crate is open, whoever opens the crate sits down on the floor, and Ruby comes for a little bit of a cuddle time. After cuddle time, we open the door, and Ruby goes into the backyard for busy. In the winter time, we immediately shut the door and let her go out and do this. And then she comes back to the door and waits in front of the door for us to open the door again to let her back in. After busy, it is time for breakfast, a meal that she enjoys greatly. Now she gets 1 cup of kibbles for her breakfast. Now it's time to see Ruth off to school, whether directly or via a detour. After seeing Ruth off to school, we will usually come back home and get ready for our bicycle run to Food Basics, which is 2.7 kilometers from our house. During this run, Ruby will start running strong beside the bike, listening to the commands of going left, right, forward, slow down. About 1 kilometer into the run, she will usually
Ruby,
stop
go back. Take her leash,
and
please.
have a bowel movement. After her bowel movement,
Yeah, come on.
she will continue to run beside the bike until we reach Food Basics. Once we have arrived at Food Basics, we then put on her guide dog in training shirt and enter the store. We spend a little bit of time shopping and walking up and down the aisles with her. After which, we go back out of the store, take off her Food Basics shirt, and continue our run back towards home. On the way back home, we passed over a small stream.
Okay. Okay. Okay, go in.
Yep.
On our way back, we will usually stop at a small river in a park. Generally, there is nobody there in this little forested river. And
For Ruby,
we will let
yes.
Ruby run down to the stream to get a drink of water. She will do this whether there's ice on the river or whether it's hot summer. If it's the ice in the river, the time in the river will be a little bit shorter.
Okay.
In the summer, though, she will splash around a little bit, and then after about 2 or 3 minutes, come back up the hill and wait for her leash to be put on, and we will continue our run back home. Careful, dog. Careful. Slow. Okay. Once home, we will take off her leash and then walk into the backyard. At this point, Ruby looks forward to her favorite game, Catch the Stick. We start the game with me calling to her, "Get, where is your stick?" She will then run off and grab her stick. We will then start to chase. In the middle of the chase, she will usually stop and urinate. Ruby does not ever urinate away from home. She only urinates in one place in the backyard. Something that is both positive and negative, since you don't have to worry about her having a mess anywhere she goes. We then continue the game until I am tired and I make the statement, "You win. At which point she stops running, I pet her on the head, and we come back into the house.
Yes.
When Ruth comes home later in the day, she will then start the training for Ruby,
Stand.
which will usually take about
Sit.
15 minutes,
Wait.
in which we will review the basic commands that she has learned, etc.
Yes. Yeah. Good girl.
Wait.
Throughout the day,
Okay,
and at
find the
different
kibble.
points in the day, we will also play Ruby's second favorite game. Ruby has a very good
Find the
nose.
kibbles.
Thus, we play a game called Find the Kibble, or find something else we let her sniff first. Once she has sniffed, the game, we will tell Ruby to wait.
Yes.
And then somewhere in the house,
Stand.
I will hide the kibbles,
Yes.
or the treat,
Wait.
or the thing that she is looking
Wait.
for. The game starts when I shout, "Find it," or "Find the kibbles." And she, wherever
Okay,
she
find the
is
kibble.
waiting, she will then tear down from where she is waiting and start sniffing around to find said kibble or the object. At which point we reward her when she is successful.
Yay, Ruby.
As it approaches evening, it is time now to relax and to cuddle up. Ruby spends time in both her bed, and if she does not want to be bothered too much, she will move back into her crate. She will sleep the evening in the crate, but her rests will often be on her bed, with maybe somebody cuddling. Even Leon, who does not really like dogs very much, or animals at all, will spend time, sometimes, cuddling with Ruby. Once a week is Ruby's happy time. For her happy time, Ruby goes to visit her older sibling, Quigley. Ruby and Quigley have a wonderful time for about an hour and are best friends. It's quite amazing. When we go to Quigley's house, she will very quickly run to the front door. When she gets to the front door, Quigley will then start to bark. She will then return it, and he will rush to the other side of the door as soon as he's out of his crate. The two then start to fight, or play fight, I should say, for up to half an hour. And then they will start to calm down and relax together. They are best friends. I'd like just to show a few special things that Ruby likes that it's not every day or that exhibit some aspects of her personality. She is quite generous in sharing her crate with other people. She also really loves playing in the lake, and it does not seem to me mean whether it is summer or winter. If someone is willing to go into the water with her, she will play and to splash merrily. Finally, when she wants something, you can hear she has a very quiet listen to it. She will make it when she wants to go outside or if she wants to get something to eat from you. She usually does not get something to eat, with the exception that Ruby and I often share an apple. She gets half of the apple and I get the other half. So I hope you've enjoyed our introduction to Ruby. She is a wonderful dog. And I'm very thankful to the Lions Club for giving the opportunity of my daughter to be able to get to know her, to play with her, and to love her. Thank you. And we thank you for your concern and listening to the video.
Hello, this is Ruth, and I like to summarize about Ruby. Manners that she still has to work on better. She knows most of her training. It's just she needs more training on not jumping on the counter. She's very good at walking on a holty. She doesn't try to take it off, only sometimes when you stop too long. She likes to sniff in her walks. We don't let her sniff the whole walk, but we give her a bit of time to sniff for sniffing time. One of her favorite games that she likes to play is Find the Kibble. Find the Kibble is when we tell her to wait, then we go hide the kibble, then we say okay, then she will go find the kibble. Let her have a few minutes of finding it. She should use her nose. If you're seeing her having a lot of trouble of finding the kibble for a long time, you can go closer to the kibble and point to it to her. Then she'll use more of the nose and she will find it. Another game that she likes to play is the stick game, which she grabs a stick, then we try to chase her after for the stick. If you get her, you good job. But usually you cannot get her. At the end, if you want her back from the stick game, you can just say, you win. Then she'll let go of the stick and she'll let you touch her. Ruby. Another thing that Ruby likes to do is, every night we give her a cuddle time. You just have to sit down, cross legs, then you say cuddle time, then Ruby will come running to you and she'll be standing beside it and you just have to push her down, then you can hug her. She'll be in a down position when you do cuddle time. She loves cuddle times. Another thing about Ruby is, she's a very nice dog. Very cute, a little fat, but mainly it's muscly. She likes to go for bike rides, which is we let her go on the bike. She usually holds her leash, then we start riding the bike, then she'll start running. It's not actually a run for her. She doesn't run that much. She's just speed walking because the bike doesn't go fast enough for her.